Hi, I'm Childy Bones, and I'm doing a tutorial, a set of tutorials I mean, on the Red Mother Goddess, so the love goddesses. And on my website and in my product line of Childy Bones, I have a selection of goods for sale for the Red Mother Goddess, and this is the Wild Rose tidal stream of love song in the cosmos, the energy that's upheld by love goddesses and love gods. And I particularly call this overriding archetypal energy the Red Mother or the Blood Mother, and so this is one of a few tutorials I'm doing on her. So ritual feeding is something I want to discuss because I believe that when we court gods and we court more passion and love in our lives, the way to do this, one of the powerful ways to anchor and replenish that god into our consciousness, into our 3D reality, is feeding a god. Now, what does feeding a god mean? Okay, so it can mean different things for different gods, and certainly the gods that I honour and work with, they have particular tastes, particular sights, smells that they like or dislike. And so for this archetypal stream, for the Red Mother, the Blood Mother, there are particular things that she likes, and they're pretty easy actually to work out, and that is that when we like to invite the Red Mother, what are we actually doing? Partly in 3D reality, in the here and now, in physical form, we're opening up our consciousness to invite, if you like, a guest to dinner. So we're creating a space, a sacred space, by the act of feeding this god. We're also inviting her, so we're making a space, we're inviting her in by the sheer action of a ritual feeding, and we're also putting out a very clear signal that we want to please this god. And some gods, believe it or not, like certain things. They like elements, so we're very careful not to put things that they don't like, and we're careful to put things that they like to be attracted, and we also put things that gods like to hang around and eat. And one thing, for example, one of the most certainly vivid, I think, experiences I've ever had, and I have it regularly, with feeding the wild Russian goddess Baba Yaga. Now, Baba Yaga is one god I believe likes to actually eat the food. So the alcohol goes down that I pour Baba Yaga, and there's always a sense of this kind of like as if it's been messed up in a way. There's a sense that something has drained out of the food and Baba has eaten. Now, there's another goddess that I work with a lot, the Black Widow, the ally to the Black Mother. Now, that god does not like to eat. She doesn't like food particularly. There's other ways to feed that god. It's not physical food in the way that we are used to putting out a plate for a guest. Now, that god would probably ignore, well, she'd ignore the request of a feeding. It's not something that she has ever liked, she's never appreciated, and it's a waste of time, and it won't be heard, it won't be caught by her, if you like. Now, the Red Mother absolutely likes the feeding, but in a different way, in my experience, for example, than Baba Yaga. Baba always feels like she wants the food. She's hungry. She likes it. You know, she likes to be anchored in physical reality with this food. The Red Mother is a whole other different ballgame. When I feed the Red Mother, and my friends that have the Red Mother as a patron agree with me on this. So their patron is this goddess, and I dip in and out of the stream. She's not my patron, and our belief is the same in her feeding. She loves beauty. She loves sweet, juicy, succulent, kind of, cloying things that stick in the back of your throat. Cream, marshmallows, chocolates, especially lovely wrapped ones that look pretty, things that are really attractive to the eye. This is like double-decker cakes, gâteaux. This is like cupcakes with gorgeous icing on. Pretty. Think fairy tale, big, lavish, sickly almost, if you don't have a sweet tooth. Honey. Raw honey that's got honeycomb, but also the beauty. I mean, Baba Yaga, okay, knock yourself out there. She just wants volume and great stuff that she likes. She doesn't want a packet of biscuits that she doesn't like. She wants, really specific food that she wants, and she likes loads of tobacco and loads of spirits as well. The Red Mother, decoration, eye to detail, finery, juicy, sickly sweet. If you're going to give a cream, I mean, put it in a gorgeous little teacup or something that's attractive to her eye. Now, what my friends and I all feel about this is the Red Mother doesn't particularly eat, or if she does, she's a little, you know, she's a picker. She might just like sample something and put it back. This is a god that is attracted to the ritual feeding. It's almost like she wants to see how much effort you've put in, or she wants to appreciate the beauty. No, that's not fair what I said. It's not so much how much effort you put in. She wants to appreciate beauty and form in the food, as opposed to wanting to ritually eat it. The Red Mother's not starving. The Red Mother's honoured all around the world in many forms as a love goddess. She's not starving. Peel her a grape. I mean, this is the energy. She wants pink champagne, or at least give her a glass of bubbly. I mean, you know, at a push she might drink wine. I've never given her wine. I've only given her champagne, if I ever gave her a drink. And she likes sweets. I mean, if you're given if you have a new lover and you're given a box of chocolates, for example, I mean, give her the best ones, put those aside and say thanks and give it, and that would be an absolutely appropriate offering, and it would be well received. So if you've got more love and lust in your life and someone brings you roses, give her the best stem with the thorns in, give her that on her altar, and that would be very, very well received. That's the kind of thing she wants. She's not wanting necessarily volume, she's wanting the best of what you've got, and it's heartfelt. And that is the energy that she absorbs. That's how we anchor and replenish this god in 3D reality. So we invite her to dinner, we give her the best cut, we give her the best, you know, slice of the dessert, the part that's not damaged. We feed her with that, we put a tea light candle, we call her with reverence, with melody, with love songs. Another difference here is the Red Mother, the Blood Mother, she loves love songs. This is her energy, this is what she upholds. Put on your favourite love song. If you can, try not to put on something that makes you feel sad. So like, not like maybe Sinead O'Connor, you know, Nothing Compares to You. That would be a bit much, wouldn't it? Because it's always such a sad song, and I'm sure we've all shed a tear at some point in our lives about that love song. If you can, put on a song that makes you feel sexy, maybe might be the better energy. Put on a song that makes you feel that you were in love rather than you lost love. So put on something like that and call her in with that. She likes that. You know, a bit of Barry White or something works for me. So that perfume, loves perfume, spray yourself, spray your altar. Every time you smell the perfume, think of the Red Mother, think it's her. This kind of thing is what actually helps us anchor these gods in 3D reality. This is what brings them into our lives, is that connection, this kind of vibrational connection, this constant affirmation, if you like, that the god's there, because we're using all our senses and actually inviting them in. And we're also opening ourselves up to this consciousness, this stream of magical power. And we're open to flashes of fuchsia, we're open to red in our third eye, we're open to seeing the signs. The other thing with this god is when we think about love songs and melody and tastes of being sweet and perfume, we always think of this god. So we're making a bridge in our consciousness that these are our signals in 3D reality of this god is about. The other thing is servitors. Now, depending on this huge archetypal tidal stream, what face of the love god is coming to you will, you know, be a million trillion types of reasons which I could never answer. One will be possibly your past connection. One will be your easiest available power that will come to you will be a god for whatever reason, which I can't even explain or think of explaining. Could be your own ancestral lineage, could be your culture, could be the land in which you're residing. It could be many, many things. And whatever you get, please trust it. Please don't think that it has to be what somebody else has got or a lesser known god and you'd rather have the god that everyone knows about. I mean, you know, this is about your own authentic experience, and what my experience is may not be your experience. It might be kind of the same because we're talking about the same archetypal river of power here, but I think what's most important, if you want an authentic experience, please go with what your own experience is. Go with what feels right for you. Go with what empowers you. Go with what makes your heart sing. Go with what makes you feel good, what moves your blood into passion, what makes you feel integrated and whole, or lighter, or happier. Go with that, please. Don't try and follow the flock. I think with love goddesses, it's even more important not to follow the flock, because I think it's such a energy that people do. This is very unlike. Most people would want to be connected to a love god over a goddess of war, over the dark mother, for example, or a god that's barely heard of from another culture, and for some reason they can tap that energy, they don't know why, but no one has even heard of that god before, and they don't even know how to pronounce it because it comes from some, you know, other dialect that we don't know how to speak. I would say what we can do to remain authentic to ourselves, to have the most powerful experience that we can have for transformation and spiritual authenticity, is to follow what we've got. Not what anyone else is doing, not what they're doing in the coven down the road, not what you would rather put on your altar, you know, because it looks nice or people would like it. Forget it. Follow your own heart, follow your own truth, and you will get better results. You'll have a happier life, and you'll get much more authentic magic. It really, I can't stress this enough. Just please, whatever face comes out of this tidal wave for you of love and joy and the love song of the cosmos, please go with that. Please don't go with what somebody else has told you that they saw or that they believe that this energy is. This is a massive tide of love in the universe, and passion and lust and many god forms fall under this huge river of power. Okay, so one thing you can look out for, you can work with this energy and call her the Red Mother till your dying day. You don't have to have a specific form. The Red Mother is enough, okay? The Red Mother is a powerful consciousness that talks, that tutors, that loves to be adored. The Red Mother is enough. If she comes to you and says she's the Blood Mother, it's the same energy, okay? The Blood Mother is just something that, you know, that's in the physical form we can feel most in our blood and our heart. And I love calling her the Blood Mother. The Blood Mother is fine with me. I also call her the Red Mother. And so, you know, if she doesn't come as refined Aphrodite and she sticks to Red Mother, go with it. This is an amazing power. Please stick with it. So the Servitors. Now the Servitors are servants. The energy is, the word, sorry, is like servant energy of a god. And gods have other energies that are distillation, if you like, off their main energy that can help and assist. Now sometimes in the wild rose tides of the Red Mother's archetypal stream of love in the universe, there can be servitors that emerge out which can help you identify what god that you're tapping, and that can be helpful or it can be distracting, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway. And so obviously if you see doves, you can think maybe the gods from Greek pantheon, you know, maybe the love gods from there. I think it's Aphrodite that has doves. And the other thing that you can think of is that maybe you could look at the voodoo tradition if you start seeing sirens or mermaids, because some of the love gods that they are connected to, the love goddesses, have those servitor type energies. Now I know some cultures have sirens and mermaids as standalone. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there, that there's also gods in the voodoo tradition and pantheon that have mermaid type energy and sirens and fish that's connected to their love goddesses. You could look into that. I'm not saying it's you know, definitive. I'm saying it's just an idea. And the other thing is bees and honey. Okay, so there's goddesses that are connected to bees and honey that are also kind of fit into the love goddesses. So if you see a lot of honey, you smell a lot of honey, you can taste honey when you're in the stream, if you're so that way inclined, or you see bees as runners, or bees, or that kind of insect that brings light and sweetness, then you might want to do a Google search on gods that are connected to those insects, if you like. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying it happens to everyone. Okay, so we ritually feed the god, we invite her into our lives, we anchor into 3D, we prepare ourselves to have a connection, and with this goddess, what we don't do is do things in a rush. What we do is we court her. This is a god that likes to be courted. Now what that means is we take our time, it's heartfelt, we really vibe into it, we think about what we're doing, we place down, we create a space in our home for her, and we choose our altar cloth carefully. We put it down and we might iron it, we might spray it with lavender or rose or something that we think's, you know, extra special nice for this guest. We choose loving candles with lovely, like the reds or the pinks, or white's okay. And you know, we do all this with thought and precision, and the reason we do this is not because the energy is dangerous or won't come because, you know, she doesn't care enough. It's because this is the caliber of God that we're approaching. We're approaching her as like, she's not that she's out of reach, okay, but we're thinking extra special, like the extra special detail, okay. So that's how you'll get her attention. Okay, so perfume, lovely juicy tropical flowers should you wish, really nice chocolate, share your chocolates if a lover gives them to you, and leave her to feed. And you can feed her often. Always make sure her altar is clean, I would say, and dusted and perfumed. Always make sure that you can do that, even if it's once a week. But what I'm saying is, don't let flowers die on this altar. This is not a god that you do that to. My patron goddess, for example, goddess of martial war type, dead flowers, awesome, loves it, no problem. Insects on the dead flowers, even better. Anything a bit of decay, knock yourself out, rocks the world. So this, I'm saying for this god, no. You're thinking about, you know, you've got a fabulous guest staying and you want it to be extra special for her. This is someone that you would puff her pillows and lay down a chocolate. And on a special day, a rose as well. So that's how we caught this god in 3D reality. Now I want to talk briefly about the brew, the Red Mother brew, the potion, I should say. This is the magical potion that is anchored the tidal stream of magic of these love gods, so that we can tap it more easily. Okay, and so how do we tap, how do we use this potion? The most important thing for you to know is that we, with this god, with this goddess, what we do is we activate it. So when you purchase this potion, should you purchase the potion, we activate it by using a sacred elixir of our body, and we put a sacred elixir of our body into that, like a drop of blood or something, and then this connects our energy to the stream more powerfully. And then what we do is we can use our intention, take the lid off and breathe our intention into it. And it could just be communion with her, it could be more love in our life, more joy, an aspect, or just leave it activated. And then you could use little tiny sprinklings of it whenever you felt. So you could put it on her altar. That's you two bound together in this beautiful connection, in this tidal love joy. You could sprinkle it under your bed, in the bath, when you want to do a particular petition to her. And when we're inviting love goddesses, when we're inviting powerful energy like the Red Mother into our lives, the Blood Mother, one thing I do suggest, which is a very simple exercise, so simple it sounds bonkers, but trust me, it works. Activate the potion and keep it on your person, or keep it with you, and actually write love letters to this goddess. It works. Write love letters. What's a love letter? Well, you could write about how much you love and adore her. Boy, that gets her attention. And the other thing that I would say, which is just as important, is write, she likes the number 7, write 25 reasons that you love love, or that you love joy. Really high heart energy stuff here, love, joy, appreciation, whatever. But I would say, if you're tapping her, I personally would say 25 reasons why I love to love. Now that could be when you were last in love, as if it hasn't broken up. Don't necessarily think of the person, just think how you felt. This is about you and her, okay? This isn't about dragging up someone from the past that broke your heart necessarily, not in this working. This is about courting her, remember. This is about activating love in your life. This is about downloading her in your stream, if you like, consciousness of this huge wild rose joy tides, okay, of love in the cosmos. This is courting this god. You're feeding her, you're delighting her, you know, you're writing to her how beautiful she is every day, a paragraph about how amazing it is in the universe that this goddess is upholding all love and joy for humanity, that she opens our hearts, she enables us to receive love, she enters our life. You know, go sensual. This is a sensual goddess, my God. You know, there's nothing that you couldn't say that was sensual and sexy that would be, you know, going overboard for this one. She loves admiration, she loves adoration. This is the god to go for it with. So write a paragraph every day about how much you revere her beauty. You revere her beauty and what she upholds. And 25 reasons just why you love to love. You know, I love love because I love how my heart bursts. I love how it fizzes in my body. I love how I walk down the road and I have a skip in my step. I mean, this kind of thing. Or you know, obviously you can go deeper than that. But these are just ideas. Okay, so I think that's quite a lot of information in one video. So I'm going to leave it there. So we would activate the Red Mother. drop of blood, for example, that then brings us union with the stream and her. We start forming a relationship with her. We can bathe in the brew. We can carry it with us. We can write to her every day. We can write reverence to her, adoration to her, 25 reasons that we love to be in love, why we love joy, really high, heartfelt, emotional states of being, and this is how we invite the God to us. And more tutorials will follow.